Do you ever ADHD so bad that like you're in the middle of talking and so you're in the middle of you're in the
Maybe I do have ADHD. Wait, where was I going with this? As always, make sure to follow my social media accounts at It's Lielers on Instagram, Threads, and X, and follow me at Lielers on TikTok. Lielers on TikTok. So again, I haven't posted anything on TikTok, but I have been very, very active. My most recent thing that I've been doing is just spamming Better Call Saul's official TikTok account, where they originally posted a couple of days ago. It was technically 12 days, or I want to say 13 days maybe. But they posted a video of Mike. And ever since then, I'm over here like, wait a second. I went and started digging through that whole TikTok account trying to see if they ever posted Mike saying, pimento's a type of cheese. It's a joke that I love. It's not even a joke. It's just a statement that Mike Ehrmantraut says on the show. And it's just like, it catches me off guard, but I love it every time he says pimento's a type of cheese. So I've been spamming the Better Call Saul account, trying to see if they will actually hear me and post the actual clip of, Mike saying pimento is a type of cheese. A lot of people have noticing that, ever since that video, I keep saying day 1 of asking, day 2 of asking, and so forth and so forth. And I did catch that Better Call Saul actually doesn't post almost every day. They have skipped already 2 days, and if they do, the next day they post, I'll just put, like, for example, day 9 parentheses technically 10 of me asking for Mike. But that's the only thing I've been doing on TikTok. I remember a couple episodes ago I was like, I wanted to post like a very toxic video, but I was like, you know what? No, I backed out. My demon said, no, it's not worth it. So I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah, that's the thing I've been doing on TikTok. But still, make sure to follow me, especially on Instagram, where I still post some kind of daily things on there. So yeah. But anywho, we have a lot to cover. Obviously, if you guys have not listened to the beginning of the episode for this the past week that I posted, I literally started talking about the Deadpool trailer, and now I can officially put in my thoughts. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Please, for the love of God, do not get mad at me. There's going to be moments where I scream because that's how excited I am for this trailer, because I'm like, I just wanted to pour out what I think, but there's so much. So the trailer got released literally in the beginning, I think I want to say, of the Super Bowl, because I started watching it maybe like 30 minutes after it started, because they do the traditional, like, what is it, the American the Beautiful or the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't even know what they do in sports, but they do that. And I missed it, so I'm like, when I started watching the Super Bowl, it was already like the game's running and everything. So I'm like, oh God, let me find out I did not miss the trailer. And I did. Why? Because afterwards, I, pulled up my TikTok account after I started recording the episode. And all of a sudden, boom, first thing I see is Marvel Entertainment posted the Deadpool trailer. And that was the first thing I saw. And that was like, thank God for the algorithm. Like, I think TikTok already knows. It's like, she's been waiting for the trailer. Might as well just boom. But obviously, if you guys do not notice, but on TikTok, you only get like that one, they call it like 16:9 frame. So you don't get to see the whole thing. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it, even though like I started gasping and all of my emotions started coming in. But I'm like, no, you know what? Let me go on YouTube. Let me go ahead and see what the rest of the things that I might be missing. And then that way I can go ahead and get my reactions. And thank God I did, because sweet Jesus, there was some stuff that I didn't get to see on that TikTok video that I got to see on the YouTube video. So let me go ahead and start. But yeah, I'm literally kicking off that whole Deadpool thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started with them. So spoilers ahead. If you guys have not seen Deadpool 1, preferably Deadpool 2, especially if you guys have not seen the post credits, end credits, however you guys want to call them. Deadpool 1 and 2 is available on Disney Plus. I own them obviously, but it's on Disney Plus if you guys ever do want to watch it. Get yourself a refresher, and then that way you can understand the thoughts that I'm going through when I saw this trailer. But first things first, we get jumped into the trailer with this cake that has a Polaroid of everybody, and of everybody singing happy birthday, Wade. And the thing is that like everybody that's in that Polaroid is presently singing, but then the camera starts panning, and it's like I'm over here like, hold up, Deadpool has hair. And that's when it's kicking in, and I'm like, I keep forgetting that right now we're technically in the multiverse era of Marvel, and this Deadpool movie is now officially adopted or adapted by the MCU. So I'm over here like, is this some kind of multiverse thing that I'm not supposed to know, like where Deadpool actually has hair? Like, what the hell? So that was one of my first thoughts. The second thing, also excuse Cosmo, she's in the background, very hyped. The second thing I also saw is that they have Buck with this long ass beard, and I'm like, how long has it been? If you think about it, though, the first Deadpool came out in 2016. And we're so close to 2026. Literally, 2016 was a long time ago. It's about to be 10 years ago. That's how long it's been. And I'm like, damn, they're showing it on Buck's face. That's hilarious. And then another thing that I also noticed as the camera keeps panning is Vanessa, Peter, and fucking Shatterstar. Like, okay, first of all... Aren't they all supposed to be dead? Again, this is why I meant spoilers for, Deadpool 2. Everybody that I just mentioned is supposed to be dead. But then again, if you think about it, Deadpool went back in time, and this happened in the end credits where, he fixes Cable's little time thingy. And it looked like he did save Vanessa and Peter. So I guess that explains the whole timeline. But what the fuck is Shatterstar there? Because last time I checked, he didn't like Shatterstar because he said, quote, he's better than him. Like, I'm better than you. And whenever everybody died originally, when trying to land from the plane to the ground, later on Deadpool was like, man, I can't, I lost everything except for Shatterstar. Shatterstar was a douche, and that's why that kind of threw me off. I'm like, what is Shatterstar doing here? Unless, and this is my little theory, unless if he actually did time jump, and either A, he went to a whole different multiverse where Shatterstar is not a douche, or number two, he went back in time to where maybe when Shatterstar was born, because he kind of did that with Hitler, because Hitler was there too, and had the idea of, I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all, but that was what he was trying to do. But I'm like, I wonder if he was trying to do the same thing with Shatterstar, where he goes back to where Shatterstar's born, befriends him, or raises him to where he's not a douche, and actually say, look, I have good superpowers, but I'm not better than you. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited to see how he ends up in this little happy birthday celebration for Wade. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and move it along. Then, obviously it looks like, Wade or Deadpool, however you want to call him. I'm calling him Wade because he's not in the suit just yet. But Wade's having a moment, he's happy that, his friends are there, and I guess, birthday, whatever. Then there's a knock. He goes outside, and I'm over here like, wait a second, these people look hella familiar. And then, Wade comes out, and it's like, who are you guys supposed to be? And all you see is the little sticks. And I'm over here like, holy shit, it's the fucking TVA. This is where the gasping starts for me. Because I was like, it sounded like somebody died for me. But it was like, I'm in shock. And so next thing you know, they take Wade to where the TVA is at. But when they do, they snatch the wig, literally. And I was like, wait a second. They take Wade to the TVA, and all that's left behind is the wig. And I'm over here like, why did you do the wig like that? Like, what the hell? What did the wig do to you? But anywho, that was hilarious. And then already you see the, Marvel Studios. But I fucking love, like, I've seen the many colors, palettes, however you guys want to call it, for Marvel Studios. But this one took the cake because not only is like two of my favorite colors combined, it's Deadpool officially in the MCU. And yeah, it was like black. Marvel Studios is in red. Like, we're talking Deadpool red and kind of like metallics and whatnot. And I'm like, yes, I'm already hyped for it, But anywho, and then afterwards we get, the talk of, like, oh, this is the TVA, whatever. And I swear to God, typical Ryan Reynolds and typical Deadpool. But, he's over there saying that he's going to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But he also mentions Disney by, name. But I'm like, it's typical. Like, we saw it on the first Deadpool. We saw it in the second one, oh, how come the studio can't fetch us a bone and let us see another part of the X-Men? Anywho, I'm getting off of track. But, like, we get to see the fucking suit as, this guy that's talking to Wade. Like, you see them pan out to the next scene where it's Deadpool in the official suit. And I'm like, oh my God, it looks so fucking cool. Anywho, but, another thing that I also noticed, what the hell is the thing on Deadpool's neck? Like, I don't know. It looks like some kind of BDSM kind of shit where Deadpool's a submissive, I guess. I had to look it up because that's what they wear, if they're into that kinky stuff. Because he has that thing on his neck, like, it's black all around. And then it looks like there's that little dog hook where you put in the collar. I don't know how to explain it. Again, go watch the trailer. But I'm like, that's the vibe I got when I got to see the outfit. But other than that, then you actually get to see Wade, or, Deadpool, looking in front of the screens, and he gets, I guess, introduced to the Avengers and everything that they have done. And in there, I'm over here like, not fucking Wade saluting Captain America, And then after that, then he says, your cinematic universe is about to change. And then he calls himself, I am Marvel Jesus. And I'm like, I'm fucking dead. I can't with you right now. But like, once he says that though, when it wasn't even Marvel Jesus, it was more like the cinematic universe is about to change forever. I got hyped. And I know in the previous episodes I was like, the MCU's done. They were at their peak. And I forgot all about fucking Deadpool. I'm like, and I even talked about it when they were filming, the pictures or the things that we saw with Wolverine and the actual suit that we're gonna see. I'm over here like forgetting that, they're gonna be freaking bringing back the MCU back at its peak. Let's fucking go with Deadpool. But anyway, I'm getting too hyped over here. But as we keep going, we keep progressing into the trailer. We also get to see, Wade getting suited up to the Deadpool outfit. But I couldn't help but to notice how many times there's like the grabbing of the cheeks. But then, Deadpool gets up and then goes, and I'm like, yes. Like, when I see that outfit come back to life, it's just, so fucking awesome. I love it. But anywho, more things on the trailer that we got to see. Most primarily important was this white suited Wolverine. And we say Wolverine because of the hairstyle that, Logan Wolverine has, like, back in the X-Men days. We still even get to see that in X-Men Origins and even in Logan. But that little Wolverine hairstyle kind of like did the trick. Now, I wanted to talk about that really, really quick that we got to see. Rumor has it, apparently, that Daniel Radcliffe might actually play an alternate Wolverine. So maybe that might be him. We did get the confirmed pictures that, Hugh Jackman's going to be coming back playing the OG Wolverine. But, because it is the TVA, we might see alternate versions of Wolverine. I don't know what the whole main mission is, which I'm kind of glad that this trailer, it is a teaser trailer. It's not the official. We don't know exactly what the storyline is going to be for Deadpool. And so I don't know if they're trying to, I really don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to say what is the purpose of bringing Daniel Radcliffe in here. If you guys do not know, he's Harry Potter. That's the easiest way I can say it. But we'll see how that was going to go. But that is what the rumor is. Anywho, at the 1 minute and 48 second mark, there is a potential view of what it could be Doctor Doom. A lot of people think that that's the early stages of Doctor Doom. And again, I think we have talked about this, especially, during the whole I guess resetting the Avengers title, because now it's the Future Avengers, not Secret Wars. The next one that was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty is now renamed as TBA. We don't know what the title is. But at the same time, people are saying maybe Doctor Doom should be the next villain, and maybe Deadpool is what's going to start that. And we'll get into that in a bit. But Doctor Doom potentially being in here could start off what is going to lead to Avengers. So, we'll, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, keep in mind, that's what they think. They think that's Doctor Doom. Me, personally, I see what they're seeing, and especially the way how it looks and where it's taking place, like where this potential Doctor Doom is at. It's a possibility it might be him. And they're referring it to the one in the comics. So, do your research on Doctor Doom so that way you know what I'm talking about. Anywho. Not only that, we also get to see OG Fyro, who is being played by Aaron Stanford. And he is the one that showed up in the X2 and X-Men The Last Stand. So we got to see him come back. And I'm just like, yes. And he just says, it's so cool. I'm like, I can't believe that this is all happening. They're bringing, from the original 21st Century X-Men on this whole cinematic universe. So I'm excited to see it. But anywho, then we also get to see the classic, Deadpool going back down and then yelling, wait, we've seen it before. So I'm like, classic that they brought it back. But then we also get to see Deadpool getting thrown towards the 21st Century logo. And we've seen pictures of it and we get to see it on this teaser trailer. But again, I am trying to understand why they have this logo, what is taking place in this logo. But I'm going to get back to what I was saying about Doctor Doom, because this next scene after once we get to see the logo, we also get to see a laying down Deadpool. And this is why you should not see the trailer in a 16:9 scene. It's better to see it to watch it on YouTube with the whole thing covering every single detail. Why? Because once Deadpool's laying down, if you look on your left side, not his left side. If you look on your left side of the screen, obviously a lot of people pointed it out, and I'm pointing it out too. There is a Secret Wars comic right next to him. And people are obviously assuming that Deadpool is going to be kicking off the Secret Wars storyline. And again, it makes perfect sense for Doctor Doom to be in this whole shenanigans that it is of Deadpool. And I'm hoping that Deadpool actually gets to be a part of the next Avengers. Again, do Deadpool justice. He's not just a hilarious character where we cannot take him serious. No, he plays major roles on it. There's a reason why they decided to make a third Deadpool movie, because it's worth it, It has to be. And look what they're doing now. And afterwards, besides what we see here, we also get to see what looks like Deadpool battling Wolverine. Why I say this? Because then Deadpool's laying down and all of a sudden he's like, can you give me a big hand? But then you see Wolverine's claws comes out, like they come out, and then afterwards he picks them up, and it's like they're probably fighting or God knows what. And then the whole trailer ends with the whole Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not even Deadpool 3. It's the freaking movie is called Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm geeking out. Why am I geeking out? But after I saw this, I'm over here like July 26th needs to hurry up because, oh my God, I'm so fucking hype. I've been hyped for so many movies, but Deadpool, it's Deadpool and Godzilla for me. And Godzilla is going to come out next month, so I'm already excited for that. But Deadpool is one of the most highly anticipated films for me because, like, I'm a dork for it. I have the comics. I have the merch. I have the damn Funko Pops and all of that. So I go big with Deadpool. So if you guys ever do go to the movies, if you're in Houston, you might see me. I don't know how many times I'm planning to watch this, depending how great it is. I've been watching this trailer on repeat because of how hyped I am, you know? It's so good. I'm like, I think I'm just more excited over the fact that we're also getting Wolverine. These two characters that we've seen, like, in a good ass storyline, in a good ass, you know, roasting fest throughout the, you know, first Deadpool and the second Deadpool. We also get to see it in real life because Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are literally BFFs. And sometimes they go on this long, wide stream of rivalry, but in reality, it's for our entertainment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman feud or whatever, either on Google, especially on YouTube, and you will see clips of it. It's hilarious, and I highly recommend it. But whenever I got to see the trailer, obviously my social media on Instagram started blowing up because, you know, algorithm. But Ryan Reynolds actually posted the announcement that the Deadpool trailer is out, and it looked like he posted the necklace of like a bestie necklace that detaches itself, and one side is Deadpool and the other one's Wolverine, and at the bottom it says best friend. And not only that, Blake Lively, you know, Ryan Reynolds' wife, actually showed off that an actual piece of jewelry that it is while she was at the Super Bowl with her bestie Taylor Swift. So I'm over here like, where can I get one? Because if she has it, it's gonna come out. Here's another thing. Whenever Ryan Reynolds posted that photo of the necklace, he also said on the captions, quote, "Wait until you see the Deadpool popcorn bucket." And I'm over here like, we were just talking about that. Now I have to go buy it because I love Deadpool. But I was like, literally, if you guys have not done so, listen to the last episode where I was talking about the Dune popcorn bucket. And I was just like, I don't buy them. It's not for me because I don't eat popcorn at home. You know, I have one that's collecting dust. I'm literally sitting right next to it and I'm looking at it collecting dust. But if there's going to be a Deadpool popcorn bucket, I don't give a shit what it looks like. I'm buying it. I'm probably going to buy all their theater merch because, again, I fucking love Deadpool. And I'm like, I don't care if that popcorn bucket is gonna collect dust. I'm gonna get it. I don't give a shit. I'm like, oh my God, the things I do for this character. But anywho, yeah, so there's that. But another thing that also came up on my Instagram was Hugh Jackman, because I follow both of them. I follow Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. But Hugh actually posted like a fixed, what he thinks is the fixed version of what the movie should be called. And it literally says Wolverine and asshole. And I'm like, oh, I love it. We're going back to this thing again. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Should it be called Deadpool and Wolverine or Wolverine and asshole? Let me know what you think. But anywho, this person I saw on TikTok, he posted something really good that talks about the trailer itself, because he also got to see the trailer in slow version and try to dive into what potential Easter eggs there might be in. His name is Alex Stark, and again, he's on TikTok. So he saw the trailer frame by frame, and he thinks, and he actually shows like the pause clip of what he probably saw, what could potentially be Goliath, and we've seen this in the Loki series. And this is on season 1. I want to say season 2 was in there too. But he says that this could mean that obviously Deadpool might be in the void with the TVA, and he actually shows the scene where it looks all deserted. There's actually sun. You know, what we've seen in the Loki series is mostly like dark and whatnot, but then again, that's because Goliath's presence is in there, and he's like this big cloud of maybe thunderstorms, whatever it is. But maybe because he's not visible, it looks kind of clear. I don't know. But he also predicts that the Void will be the battlefield for Secret Wars and should consist all of the characters of the entire MCU. What does this mean? This could mean it's going to be bigger than fucking Avengers Endgame. We saw Endgame. We saw all those superheroes that we've watched in the past 10 years. And for us to see probably a potential bigger cast is gonna be crazy. So with that being said, it's like the MCU and cinema is fucking back. Let's fucking go. But I'm excited, honestly. I'm hyped over the fact that this year we're gonna have, well, obviously we're having Godzilla and Kong. It's not even Godzilla versus Kong, but we're also getting Deadpool. I can't wait. It's like, finally I can be hype on MCU movies. It's been a while, but I'm so glad. You know how bad it's been with the MCU? Obviously, I've complained about it for the past couple episodes, but it was so bad that I'm barely hearing promotions that the Marvels, the movie that, you know, came out not too long ago, is already available on Disney and on Blu-ray and, you know, whatever. And I'm barely finding out about it. And I'm over here like, I could have rewatched this. But then again, it's like an hour and a half movie. So it's not even that long. So it's not a point. But I'm like, there wasn't even that much of a promotion to say, hey, the Marvels is out for you to own. And I'm like, okay, I guess it was that bad maybe. Obviously, there's so many bad movies. And we're going to eventually talk about it. There's another bad movie out there that I'm not going to do a movie review. You're probably like, oh, we know. And I'm like, yeah, you know. But stay tuned. But that is the thoughts that I have for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not even going to say Deadpool 3. Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's my thoughts. Definitely go check out the trailer. Again, it's available for you guys to watch, whether it's on YouTube, social media, wherever it is. Go watch it. If you have probably different theories than I do, let me know. But I cannot wait. If there is an official trailer, I might talk about it in case that there is some missed Easter eggs that I have not seen. But be damn sure that I will be doing a movie review for it. I'm so excited. I am ready. I'm already hyped. I'm like, forget Godzilla. I'm more hyped with Deadpool than I am with Godzilla. It's so sad. But anywho, do you think I'm already done talking about the MCU? No. Think again, because now I got to talk about Fantastic Four. So we're already kicking off the whole movie segment that I have for y'all. Fantastic Four cast members have been confirmed, and one of them, it's like we talked about it in the previous episodes. I'm already shocked that it was confirmed. Pedro Pascal will indeed play Reed Richards, but, you know, I would have liked to see John Krasinski come back. That would have been nice. If you guys do not know what I'm talking about, go watch Doctor Strange. And I think we talked about this too in like long time episodes. This is how long this podcast has been around. Like, again, keep in mind, I've been doing this podcast since 2021. So I did talk about John Krasinski being Fantastic Four, and now we're talking Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. What the hell? But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that he's doing it. I'm glad that he's gonna be a part of the MCU. He fucking deserves it. I'm still hoping to see maybe if potentially there will be an alternate universe and they get to collide one another. I would love to see that collab. Please, Marvel, make it happen. But anywho, besides Pedro Pascal, we also got the confirmation that Vanessa Kirby will be playing Sue Storm, or, you know, if you guys do not know, is the Invisible Woman. I know Vanessa Kirby from the Hobbs and Shaw movie that had The Rock and Jason Statham, so that's how I'm familiar with her. She was also on The Crown, so I've seen her there, and she does an amazing job. She plays former Queen Elizabeth's sister, Princess Margaret. But yeah, no, she's a really good actress. So for her to play this role, amazing. But then I also found out who gets to play Johnny Storm. And no, it is not Chris Evans. If you guys know what I'm talking about. My boy, Joseph Quinn, is going to be playing Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch. Oh my God. Finally, we get to see more of Eddie. If you guys have not done so, definitely go watch his work on Stranger Things, the most recent season 4. And you will know why we're hyped to see him in the fucking MCU. I'm still waiting to see. Again, same thing with the alternate timeline, alternate universe. If potentially we might see Chris Evans come back as Johnny Storm, that would be amazing. And then we also have actor Eben Moss Backrash, I think. I don't know how I'm pronouncing his last name. He will be playing Ben Grimm, also known as The Thing. And on there, you actually see this poster that they posted. I got to see it first on Pedro Pascal's Instagram because I follow him. This poster looks more like 1960s kind of vibe. It's giving me WandaVision. It's also giving me Fallout. You know, specifically, somebody did say it's probably taking place in 1963, but I'm like, wait a second, 1963? Why are we going so way back? You know, I'm like, I thought we were gonna go in the current, but hey, I'm not gonna question it because they gave me Deadpool. I'm not even gonna question the MCU anymore. I think they know what they're doing. But yeah, who knows if this is gonna be a whole different timeline that eventually we're gonna go to the future. I don't know. But I cannot wait to see it. Obviously, I know I talked shit about the most recent Fantastic Four movie that they did the reboot, and I officially hate it. But over the fact that there's so many great actors that are going to be a part of the new Fantastic Four movie, I'm excited. But I also could not help but to notice that the release happens to be literally almost a year after Deadpool. And I was like, wait, what? So the Fantastic Four is planned to be released on July 25th, 2025. And I'm like, it's okay. You know why? Because July 26th, 2024, I'll be watching Deadpool. And I will be watching it until it comes out in the like Blu-ray or, you know, digital, however it is. And I'm going to be watching it over and over again until the movie, The Fantastic Four, comes out. But yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now we got to go talk about Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Apparently, I think it was in an interview where he confirmed that he is going to be returning as the Hulk in the next Captain America movie called The Brave New World. But he also said, and kind of gave us some sad news to Hulk fans. I mean, I'm a Hulk fan, but not too much, but still. He gave us news that he actually talked to Kevin Feige and see if he could actually get a solo Hulk movie. But Kevin said that was not going to happen. So if you think about it, though, it's more like budget, honestly, because of all the latest movies that the MCU released kind of did flop. Maybe that's why he said that. But at the same time, it's like, what else could be next for Hulk? I mean, we had... I don't think they should do like a reboot, for example, because we had like the previous Hulk movies and they kind of based off the one with the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton and Liv Tyler. So they're basing it off that story, and it's like, okay, that's our Hulk movie. But then again, if you think about it, we haven't had a sequel to it. So, but even if they did had a sequel, based on this whole, we're already talking what, almost 20 years, because again, the MCU started in 2008. Sweet Jesus. But if you think about it, it's like they can make it off a sequel of the Incredible Hulk. But also, it's like, if they do make another movie or like a solo movie, whatever, where in the timeline would they put it on? So I'm like, I can understand Kevin. So I'm like, Hulk fans, don't get disappointed. Don't get discouraged. Maybe eventually they might make one once, you know, the MCU picks back up, especially, you know, with Deadpool and, you know, the Fantastic Four. But I'm hoping that, yeah, if they do make one, but it has to make sense with the timeline that we have. Because I know other fans are probably not going to want to watch a movie that takes place 5 years ago or during the blip. So there's that. Anywho, let's go ahead and move it along. So we already had Valentine's Day this past week, and everybody celebrated, especially celebrities posting their plans of what they were doing on Valentine's Day. However, director Todd Phillips decided to give us a treat and decided to release images of the upcoming movie Joker Folia Ducks. And I am obsessed with some of these pictures. One of them in particular is the one where Joker is dancing with Harley Quinn. And what it looks like on the rooftop under the moon. I'm like, oh, so romantic. And obviously you get to see Lady Gaga's impersonation of Harley Quinn, and she's giving it. The very first picture I got to see is where, Joker and Harley are like nose to nose, and Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn is giving this evil grinning smile, and I'm just like, beautiful. Obviously, a lot of people are not going to be excited for the Joker film because it's going to be a musical. Obviously, that's why Lady Gaga's in there. But me personally, I will love to see it only because the first Joker film won an Oscar, so I'm like, it was damn good. And obviously I got to see that movie itself, so I'm like, it's so good, I cannot help myself but not to watch the sequel. I have to, and plus, who knows, maybe it might give me like a Sweeney Todd kind of feel. I like dark movies, and if they're musical, I might as well watch Sweeney Todd again. And that's what I'm hoping for Joker. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna go watch it. I don't care what people say about that one. I don't care even if the reviews are bad. I need to watch it if it's a musical, whatever. Who cares? Now that we're steering clear from the MCU and Joker. If you guys have not done so or watched the Super Bowl, they showed a trailer. And when I was watching it, I was like, what the hell is this? And I actually started like watching it. And it looked like, like a storm kind of movie. And I'm like, it's been a while since I've seen a storm. Like, I've seen like Geostorm, maybe San Andreas, if you consider that like a storm kind of Mother Nature kind of movies. But me, I hate tornadoes. I hate them. And it wasn't because of the movie Twister. It was because of Wizard of Oz. But I've seen Twister, and I think that one was a little bit too much. And I was watching the trailer, and again, they're chasing this tornado, whatever the hell, and they started releasing like these little electronic balls. And I'm over here like, is this a Twister movie? Is this a reboot? And the movie is called Twisters, plural. 2 Twisters that they were chasing, by the way. And I'm over here like, are we getting a reboot or are we getting a sequel? And as once the trailer got released, the news started talking about it. It turns out it's going to be a sequel. So if you guys are fans of the Twister movie, definitely go watch it and then get yourself refreshed on that movie. I'm probably going to watch it. I'm not sure. The only thing I remember from the Twister movie is flying cows. That's all I remember. And I just remember thinking, this is a bad movie. I don't care if I hate tornadoes and whatnot. This movie was not for me because it was a little bit cringe. But now I got to rewatch it for the sake of this one and see if it's good. Because I know my dad, for example, like he watched it. He liked it. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure if he's going to be like, let's go watch Twisters. I'm like, I guess. Let me refresh my memory. So yeah, you've been warned. Twister is getting a sequel that is going to be called Twisters. But anywho, let's go ahead and move it along. The Oscars is actually coming up in a few weeks, and they decided to release a Barbie trailer announcing that Jimmy Kimmel is going to be hosting the event. The trailer itself is like, 5 minutes long, and it's all Barbie. Literally. It's just basically Jimmy Kimmel's journey of going back to Oscarland. That's what they called it. And in there, they had like a whole pathway that he has to follow. And each of them had like a movie, that most famous movies that are going to be nominated for the Oscars. And once he passes it, I think the very last stop was the Oppenheimer land. And once he gets there, boom, he's already back to Oscarland. But I'm like, this whole thing, with the Barbie theme, they actually had the actors from Barbie, including Ryan Gosling. And I'm over here thinking, is this the Oscars way of apologizing to Greta and Margot for not being nominated for an Oscar? But they weren't even on the trailer. So I'm like, But I don't know. They took it. I don't know if obviously they're getting like some kind of like money for, you know, using the theme, or did Greta Gerwig decided to help develop the trailer? I don't know. But they did it. It's out. Definitely go check it out if you're a fan of Barbie, if you're a fan of the Oscars. I did mention that I'm going to be watching this for the sake that Godzilla got nominated for special VF effects. So I'm rooting for that one. And I'm also rooting for Oppenheimer. I reviewed that movie. Definitely go check out the episode for that one where I review Barbenheimer. But yeah, no. I'm excited. I'm hoping, yeah, Barbenheimer does win most of the Oscars. So there's that. Because it's a really good ass movie. Anywho, let me go ahead and move it along. So, a movie that's actually going to be coming out next weekend, and it's not really a movie, it's anime, actually. We're going to be talking about Demon Slayer really quick. The next season, the Hashira training arc, will show its first episode on the big screen. And we've said this before, and I'm saying it again. It's just the first episode. It's not going to be the whole thing, and I wish they did. But oh well, it is what it is. And then they will show the last 2 episodes of the previous arc, that was the Swordsman Village arc, so fans can get a refresher of what's gonna be coming up in the new coming season. I'm obviously gonna watch it. You know, I don't care if I'm going by myself. I might tell my nieces about it, because one of my nieces is actually a fan of Demon Slayer. Thank God. But I'm for sure like gonna go watch it because I love Demon Slayer. I remember watching that last episode of the Swordsman Village arc. I was bawling my eyes out. I was hoping that they did like kind of what they did with Mugen Train arc, where they released the whole season in a movie form, and then, you know, the seasons come out. But now they started doing this like after the Entertainment District arc leading to the Swordsman Village arc. They released again the last 2 episodes, and then they included the first episode of the Swordsman Village arc. And now they're doing the same thing. Last 2 episodes of Swordsman Village arc, and now leading to the Hashira training arc. I read the mangas for Demon Slayer, and I can confirm we're getting slowly to the end. It's not going to be like fucking Attack on Titan. I still haven't even bothered finishing it. And I heard that it's finally done. I believe that the next coming season of the Hashira training arc is going to be coming out hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, hopefully in the summertime. So that way I'm like, finally I can get back to watching some things. I am thinking about rewatching Demon Slayer now that I think about it, but I'm like, no, I'll wait till next weekend so I can watch everything, and then potentially maybe even give my thoughts about what I thought about the first episode. That way you might not have to watch it, but also get hyped for the next season that's coming out again. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I saw this on Entertainment Tonight, I want to say, and they basically released some pictures of Channing Tatum, who was wearing a Tanjiro hoodie. And he was actually watching this with his daughter. Like, he's watching the next coming, you know, Hashira training movie, however you guys want to call it, with his daughter. Apparently, his daughter is a fan of Demon Slayer. So they were walking on the red carpet, and his daughter is wearing Shinobu's butterfly outfit. And I'm like, yes, we love an anime king. But yeah, so I'm like, Channing Tatum's doing it, and we love a supporting dad. So good thing that he went to take his daughter there. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. So stay tuned next week to see if I'm going to be reviewing that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant of the room, since I'm talking about reviews right now. Madame Web. The movie is out. It came out during Valentine's Day, and I am not watching it. I'm telling you guys right now. I have seen the trailer. I've talked about it. And once I heard the reviews, I'm like, no. I heard this movie is just as bad or probably worse than Morbius. And I'm like, and I still haven't even seen Morbius. Yeah, I know. If you watch the current reviews, there's currently a 13% Rotten Tomatoes score and a 54% audience score. Like, this movie is bad. But keep in mind, it is a standalone film, and it has no connection to the MCU or the Spider-Verse. So that's a good thing. It's just, Apparently, I saw a clip on TikTok. Like, I heard and seen the acting is just pretty bad and cringy. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. And there are no post credits. So there's no point of view even waiting whenever the movie is over. I did also see another clip on TikTok where this guy was interviewing Dakota Johnson. And oh my God. Definition of cringe. I have no hate for Dakota Johnson. I mean, I've seen her work in 50 Shades of Grey. No hate towards her. It's just, ma'am, if you're not familiar with the things, don't be a douche about it. Why I say that is because, again, the person that was interviewing her brought in the first appearance of Madame Web and was showing it to Dakota Johnson and basically wanted to see if there was some reaction to it, what were her thoughts, just seeing a comic book that was released, years ago, and then having it on her hand and her being able to bring it to life. And she was just like, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, no, right, this and that. Like, she didn't know what to say. And I read the comments of that video and everybody was like, yeah, you could tell she was just not it. And apparently she said she's seen it before. And one person's like, no, she has not. She's straight up lying, just like with her limes. Like, not the limes again. And another person said, Dakota really said, I'm legally obligated to be here and do the bare minimum. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And well, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't know exactly what encouraged Dakota Johnson to do this film. But I personally believe that if you're going to cast an actor or an actress to do a superhero movie, you need to hire somebody that's familiar with the character, not just because they wanted to do it. That's it. Like, Dakota Johnson is a definition of, I'm just doing it because I'm getting paid for it. I did not like that, And again, I don't know if this is the reason why the movie flopped. The things happen. She also did mention that, when the movie was going to be like planned out, it was completely different than what they filmed. So everything started getting scrapped. And then other people were also saying that they were like, Sony's original plan was to incorporate like a little bit of the Spider-Verse in this movie that could potentially Madame Web be attached to the Spider-Verse. But then again, things change, and then they were like, you know what? No, let's just leave it as a standalone film, and you will see those missing gaps. So maybe that's why the movie did ended up flopping. So I'm like, I guess, I'm not gonna watch it, for the sake of my, saneness. But at the same time, I'm like, if it comes out on, Blu-ray, whatever, I might, but I'm not gonna talk about it. So I'm saving you guys some time. And there's other things I do want to talk about, and as you can see, I've been rambling off for so long, so let's go ahead and keep the show moving. But Madame Web is in theaters now if you guys are thinking about going to watch it. And before we even get to TV, I do wanted to talk about something really, really quick. British GQ released a behind-the-scenes look of Cillian Murphy's cover shoot, and it is safe to say, hot damn. One person made in the comment of this video, it was on TikTok, where somebody said, now this is 50 Shades of Cillian Murphy, and I love it. Petition to put Cillian Murphy on the daddy list, please and thank you. Let's go ahead and move on to television now. Of course, the Super Bowl was last week, and of course, the memes. I fucking love the memes. I want to focus on Jason Kelce memes. That's the only thing that's been giving me life. And I think it's safe to say that everybody can relate to him because of, the way how he entered the room and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, we can all relate to him. Now, obviously, if you don't live under a cave or something, you know that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And because of that, there was a lot of after parties and everybody had their focus with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, all of that. But again, I don't care about that. I care about Jason Kelce. But I did also mention this on my last episode, and I'm going to mention it again. A lot of people are saying that the Super Bowl is either rigged or scripted, kind of like with WWE. And I'm over here like, let me find out. Because what a coincidence that Taylor Swift decided to show up, and all of a sudden the Super Bowl goes on overtime. And I'm like, and you can feel the tense right there, and God knows what. It's odd, suspicious, very, very sus, but anywho. So back to the after parties. Obviously, we get to see, Travis and Taylor, walking, very black gown attire, cocktail dress, whatever. And then everybody is walking in, and you happen to see Travis Kelce's big brother, Jason Kelce, walking in this red and yellow plaid overalls with Chiefs red shirt and this yellow red luchador mask. I think I'm obsessed with one video that I have on TikTok where it says your playable character is on a cutscene, and everybody in the comments were like, me in WWE 2K, or me in GTA, me in Saints Row. It's like, I love it. Honestly, Jason Kelce is like relatable to all of us. And then obviously there was that one part where Jason Kelce and Marshmello, over there dancing and whatnot. And it's like, everybody's like, we're Jason on this one. We're not in love, I love it. It's hilarious. And I'm like, yes, I'm living for the memes, honestly. Apparently, the Kelce brothers have a podcast called New Heights. Definitely go check it out. And on there, they were talking about, hey, what's up with the luchador mask? And Jason Kelce actually said that he found the mask on the dance floor on one of the first after party stops that they did. And he just wore it. He literally said, quote, if you find a luchador mask, you don't ask any questions. And I'm like, oh my God, no. I've heard that before. But, and Travis was like, why didn't you wash it? It's like, no. You don't ask questions, you just wear it. And homeboy literally thought he was gonna get pink eye. He didn't, but he was like, it was bound to happen. But honestly, we applaud Jason Kelce for giving us life and making us, relatable when it comes to this whole Travis and Taylor kind of romance thing. I don't know. But anywho, let's go ahead and move it along. I just realized this episode might be longer than I thought, but let's go ahead and keep on going. So for music news, if you guys do not know, I actually got an email for this, and also on my Discord, because I follow Slipknot on there. But Slipknot created a Minecraft server. Why is this on music? Because it's Slipknot. The Minecraft server is called, I want to say, Vern Earth. That's how it's called. Right now they have a beta launch, and they only invited 100 people to join, but they're adding more every month just so they can monitor any glitches, any problems that the server is happening. I have not joined because, again, I don't have time for Minecraft, unfortunately. But eventually, once it's open for everybody else, I might potentially join just to see how it looks. It looks pretty good from what they showed on the pictures. But I'm like, damn, Slipknot, you're on Minecraft now? Let me find out if you're doing other collaborations. GTA. Anywho, speaking of Slipknot, Clown posted on social media announcing that Knotfest will be going to Australia on March 21st, 23rd, and 24th. The bands participating are going to be Pantera, Disturbed, Lamb of God, Hellstorm, Asking Alessandria, Wage War, Escape the Fate, and more. Slipknot is not going to be attending, but fans already want to see who the new drummer is. I'm like, I don't understand why people don't get that. And I'm seeing on the comments whenever they posted it on social media that it's like, what's the point of Knotfest if Slipknot's not going to be there? And at the same time, it's like Knotfest is a festival. Think of it like Ozfest. Ozzy wasn't in every single festival. And that was the whole purpose of Knotfest. They wanted to do another Ozfest, but, kind of have it like Slipknot brand on there. But yeah, no, Slipknot does not need to be there. And especially with this whole situation that Corey Taylor's still going through with mental health, there's no point of Slipknot to even be there. So he still needs to recover. And, Slipknot fans, you guys have to just wait until the new drummer eventually reveals himself. For me, I could care less, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, if they make a US tour, that's where I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going, we'll talk about it more. But for right now, it's like, I don't care. But yeah, let's go ahead and move it along. I saw on TikTok like one of the most heartfelt videos from Disturbed, And I was like, oh, I need to talk about it. The concert that was held in Uncasville, think I'm pronouncing it right. You see David Draymond go up to a fan who was holding up a photo throughout the whole show until he eventually stopped and talked to her. And he was very, very curious to see why she was doing that. The fan tells him that her best friend, who ended up losing his life to addiction, wanted for her to be there and to show like a sign at first, but I guess it got taken down. So she just brought that picture to basically make him present, that he's present at the concert. So David loved the story. He brings the fan up into the stage and gives the most beautiful speech to encourage the rest of the fans to keep pushing after losing someone. He said, quote, "All you have to do is just think about them. Keep them in your mind, keep them in your soul, and the people you love are never, ever truly gone." And I think not just him, he does talk about him losing people. Everybody usually whenever you lose somebody important, you become very, let's say you enter into a dark stage. You don't know like anything anymore. You start getting depressed, and you start losing a lot of motivation to keep going, and you end up following the same footsteps of the other person. So it's good that he's still motivating his fans to keep pushing forward. And especially when he mentioned, he lost a lot of close friends. He mentioned Chester Bennington. He mentioned Chris Cornell. And he also mentioned Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots and Velvet Revolver. And it's hard, especially for a musician, because, it's very common for them to lose somebody like that. So I love that video. If you guys have not done so, again, I'm pretty sure it's on their social media pages. I follow them on TikTok, so that's why I saw it. And I'm like, I have more respect for Disturbed. I mean, I've been listening to them for so long, but I love that they're still using that whole platform that they have to their fans to say, even though we talk about, down with the sickness and all of that, it's okay to still stay positive. It's okay to still survive the darkness, how he said it. And honestly, it was a good way to me keep pushing forward. I'm like, let's keep doing this. Let's do this. But yeah, I felt really sad for the fan, but I'm pretty sure she had the best experience. Just even having to be able to share his name, his story to, I don't know how many fans were there. And it was pretty good. So I'm really happy that she had the experience. Another thing, and I've been talking about Slaughter To Prevail for quite some time now, especially whenever Alex the Terrible met Corey Taylor not too long ago. But I actually started following the guy on social media, and that includes TikTok and Instagram. Congratulations, by the way, to Alex the Terrible, because he actually reached 1 million followers on Instagram. Anywho, why am I talking about Alex the Terrible? Because Alex actually had an Ask Me session like on Monday or on Tuesday on his Instagram story. And one, I don't know, follower, fan, whatever, asked him, quote, "What do you think about the fight offer from that Rome Music guy?" And I'm over here like, who's Rome Music? I did my research. Yeah. And he had a response for it. And the video that I saw of Roman challenging Alex, it was like, we'll fight, but like gloves, whatever. But then he was also saying that, if Alex were to win the fight, he can keep the fight profits, whatever, if they do it for money and God knows what. But if Roman wins, then Rome Music gets to co-headline with Slaughter To Prevail. And it's like, talk about metal and fighting at the same time. It's like, wow. But then next thing you know, whenever we see more of what Alex is saying, apparently he continued to say that regardless of the results of the fight, he would still not bring Rome Music on tour. And it was more like the reason why it was because of the experience, I guess. Because Alex says that he works so hard to get on the level that he is at. And then I get the video from, Roman saying that he also struggled, getting at the level that he is at, because he also shared his experiences about getting scammed by shitty promoters and him passing out mixtapes in Austin. And then I started doing my research, and apparently Rome Music is actually based here in Houston. And I'm like, I never heard of these people. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I'm like, honestly, Alex is doing the guy a favor. For once they mention that, it's like everybody's going to start looking up who Rome Music Guy is. And I got to listen to, one of their songs, and it's a blend of screamo, metal, and rap. Kind of like new metal meets metal, actually, like beyond metal. So I don't know if they're using this to promote each other, but I'm thinking that Slaughter To Prevail is actually promoting Real Music Guy. But these videos, like the way how Roman talks about Alex, it's more like, yeah, no, there's probably some beef going on. I don't know exactly what the whole situation is, but at the same time, I'm like, well, this is something I didn't know I was going to be talking about. I'm over here talking about metal music and fighting. And if you guys do not follow Alex the Terrible on social media, he kind of does like UFC style kind of fight, but a little bit more extreme. The man's a Russian guy, so it's like he does the most brutalist things. If you guys have not even seen the music video for Baba Yaga by Slaughter To Prevail, it's probably like the most Russianist music video you could ever see. So brutal. Like homeboy, Alex the Terrible homeboy, he's literally fighting a bear. That's how extreme they go. So for Roman to be that kind of level, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. If you ask me who would I be rooting for, I can't tell you, because I would like to root over the guy that's coming from, from Houston, where I'm at. But I'm also wanting to root for Alex the Terrible, the man who loves Doom, that has this metal band and has a very amazing mask that, I purchased and kind of have. So but still, I'm like, I don't know, it's really hard for me to say, but it's been all happening recently for this month. I don't know why I'm getting all of these videos. I'm like, let's go ahead and talk about it, might as well. But now that I talked about that, let's go ahead and move on with gaming. I don't know if you guys remember on the last episode I talked about like a potential few games that might be getting released from Xbox available to PlayStation, like Xbox exclusive games going to PlayStation. But Xbox finally confirms that 4 exclusive games are going to be going multi-platform. Phil Spencer declined to make those 4 games public, but rumor has it, confirmed by The Verge, that potentially these video games that might be going multi-platform are going to be Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, I think it's called Pentiment, and Starfield might be eventually available on PlayStation and other platforms as well. I'm over here like Nintendo Switch maybe. The other thing that they also did announce is that Diablo 4 is going to be coming to Game Pass. So it's like, I feel bad for those that actually purchased the game. But with these announcements, I'm over here thinking, are the console wars over finally? Because they think that maybe Xbox, the reason why they're releasing these games is to make a profit for the ones that didn't do so well in the market. I'm not sure. As a consumer, it's like, if you own one console and not the other, it's very beneficial. But me, unfortunately, I own all of them, so it's like, But I don't know. Honestly, I'm like, if Xbox does eventually release like the actual notorious games like, Gears of War, Halo, to PlayStation, I feel like the console wars will finally come to an end. But then again, PlayStation fans are on PlayStation and probably have no interest in playing, Gears or Halo. But it'd be nice to be a treat, and vice versa, maybe. Imagine Xbox fans having to play God of War. Imagine those people playing God of War, or, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't remember the name. But yeah, like there's so many games, but a lot of people are not that hyped because they're very loyal to the console and the company that they're playing for. So I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen eventually in the future. I'm still going and rooting for portable consoles. Portable consoles are the future. Hear me out. But that was what I talked about that in last episode or 2 episodes ago. So there's that. Refer to that if you guys want to hear why I believe portable consoles are the future. Anywho, so that wraps up video games. Now let's go ahead and talk about wrestling and wrap up the show. So WrestleMania 41 is going to be held, confirmed by WWE. It's going to be going to Las Vegas at the Allegiant Stadium, the same place where this past Super Bowl just took place. And it's pretty nice because now it's like wherever the Super Bowl goes, they get to go. And that's good. I'm over here like, hey, the Super Bowl was here in Houston a long time ago. When are y'all coming? But they were in freaking Dallas. So I'm like, I guess that's close enough. Speaking of WrestleMania, LA Knight actually said in an interview he would like to have Usher perform the song Yeah for his WrestleMania entrance. And I'm over here like, is this a spoiler? Is LA Knight gonna have a WrestleMania moment? And if he is, he kind of spoiled it for us. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, Usher, what the hell, man? We kind of need to know if it's confirmed for him to show up. That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I mean, he just performed at the Super Bowl. And then performing at WrestleMania. That's more publicity for him. Benefits him. Anywho. And now that since we're already talking about WrestleMania itself, we're getting slowly closer to the event, and I'm excited for it. But WWE released their Mania 40 teaser trailer, and I'm like, this is a first. I didn't know there was a teaser trailer for this. But if you watch it, it's like it kind of gives me some thoughts, and yeah, we need to talk about it. So why does it feel like Seth is getting involved in this feud with The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes? It was more like he's going to be on Cody's side. So I'm over here like, And at first, I thought it might have been like a fatal four-way between The Rock, Roman, Cody, and Seth. Have it like a winner-take-all kind of deal. But then after this past Friday Night SmackDown, The Rock said he'll be on Roman's corner. And I'm like, could this be like a potential tag team match like for night 1? And then night 2, it will be Cody versus Roman? Hold up, And if you think about it, it's like, it can happen. Remember WrestleMania 30 where Daniel Bryan fought 2 matches in one night during WrestleMania 30? That could be something. I'm like, if he can do it, I'm pretty sure Cody and Roman can do it. I don't know about Roman, though, now that you think about it, because you barely saw him wrestle. But he still got it. He's a tribal chief. Come on. But I don't know, because it kind of, I started wondering, wait a second. How come I don't see more of, Roman and Cody? They're over here fighting for, one main event when there's 2 main events for 2 different nights. But we're not seeing what's going to happen with Seth Rollins. Even though we have an Elimination Chamber match coming up to see who is going to be Seth Rollins' opponent. That's still yet to be determined. And don't forget, Damian Priest still has the briefcase. What the fuck is WWE cooking? What the fuck is Papa H cooking too? What the hell? It's interesting. I'm really excited for it. Of course, next week we're going to be talking about Elimination Chamber because it's going to be coming up soon. This coming weekend. So I'm like, I cannot wait. But WrestleMania is starting to look a little bit more interesting than more like, oh, it's just another pay-per-view. Because that's what we saw in the previous WrestleManias. But now that Vince McMahon is no longer in charge, it's like we could potentially see something great. It's like the MCU. There's a connection to everything that I'm talking about. But yeah, the MCU is slowly coming up. And that's the same way with WWE. So I can't wait to see what it is. Would I be hyped for a tag team between these 4 people? Not so much. Again, because I'm trying to determine what's going to happen with Seth Rollins. He said he's injured. So I'm like, I don't even know if he's able to compete for that tag match. And yet still having to defend the World Heavyweight Champion. There is a lot of things that we're still missing. But again, more details will be revealed as we're getting closer and closer for the event. But with that being said, that wraps up this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. We talked a lot. Obviously, you could tell my hype for Deadpool and my hype that we're slowly getting cinema back. I'm so excited for it. But again, make sure to follow my social media accounts at It's Lielers on Instagram, Threads, and X. And follow me on TikTok at Lielers. Lielers on TikTok. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And next week, we're going to be covering Demon Slayer, and Elimination Chamber. Anime and wrestling? What? Yeah, no. That's the thing about me. I am a fan of a bunch of things. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, stay tuned for next week's episode. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.